In 30 and 40, I think is the perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. This one will be. Let's try and keep it below 35 as
cool.
a form of practice. But
Yeah.
you see it behind the process, guys.
Behind the process, trying to make something happen.
Behind the scenes, BTS.
It's the week before the big week. Before we do something crazy.
It's about to drop.
Before something drops.
It's about to drop.
Hear me?
Drink today.
Let's go, baby. It's motivational moments time. MM Talks.
MM Talks, baby.
Roll credits.
What's going on, people? Welcome back to Motivational Moments.
Welcome back.
Yes, sir. I hope you guys have had an absolutely amazing week. However you are right now, I hope this next half an hour, 45 minutes can fill you with wisdom, with energy, with joy, and hopefully give you a spark. Whatever it is that you need to grow, to gain something, I hope that we can provide that for you.
100%.
My brother, how are you doing this week?
I am doing phenomenal, my bro. The best part of the week has come right now, and we are here in it, and you know what? I enjoy it. We got a great week ahead of us. Can't wait for it and just smash all the goals at the park next week. It's gonna be insane. But one thing, bro, before we continue, something big happened this week.
What happened, bro?
Oh, it was Ramadan, bro.
It was Ramadan, bro. Alhamdulillah, my brother. It's been a fantastic time. It's been an absolutely fantastic time. I hope everybody had a great Ramadan. I hope you had an incredible Eid. All my brothers and sisters out there, I hope you are feeling very, very blessed.
Shout out to my auntie, shout out to my cousins, made me embrace the Muslim culture from a young age. And I'm so happy I got to see that side of it.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Definitely. So that was absolutely massive.
Yeah.
Bro, this week for me has been crazy as well, to be fair. I am partially exhausted and partially absolutely...
Jed, exhausted, please.
Bro,
please, anybody that knows Jed, please comment below when you've seen exhausted. Please.
No, genuinely, I feel like I put a lot in this week. My project management has been at an all-time high.
Yeah.
I'm being put into positions of more responsibility, more leading, more organising, and it's a skill set that I'm really loving developing into. And it's all culminating next week. And we have something massive about to go down, which I'm so excited for.
Go!
Yes,
I'm telling you, I'm so excited. You don't understand. I'm so excited. It's gonna be sick. You know what I mean? I'm ecstatic. It's crazy. I can't even hold it in. I can't lie. We doing big things.
Okay. This is 2 years. This is 2 years worth of build up. So forgive us if we're
2 years, people. 2 years, people. 2 years. He ain't even lying. 2 years. And we about to take this all the way to the park. Let's go, baby.
Genuinely, it's been fantastic. So overall, my week has been crazy, brother. Absolutely crazy.
Yes.
But it's time to get into the actual part of the episode.
What are we talking about? Tell people.
Bro, this week we're talking about finding your purpose.
What, your purpose?
Your purpose, my brother.
Your purpose in what, bro?
Purpose in life.
Okay.
Who are we?
Who are you, bro?
Bro, who am I? The question is, who are we?
Who are we?
How do we live and why do we live the way we live?
Who are they?
Who is everybody listening to this and watching this? That's the question.
Who are they, bro?
I don't know. We're going to find out during this episode. And also, let us know. Comment below in every single way you can. What's your purpose? How did you find your purpose? And are you on path? Do you think that you're actually doing what your purpose is? Or do you feel like you've got caught up in something else that necessarily isn't what your purpose is? And how can you break out?
That's deep. Just hear what you said there. Are you caught up in something that you think is your purpose, but isn't actually your purpose? Like, think about that. That's what he's just telling you. Like, who are you and are you doing your purpose? Like, think about it. You sitting at your desk, is it your purpose? Check it out, people. Continue, Jed.
Oh, but before we get into the real juicy bit, we're gonna talk. You know, we got these questions. We got these questions that go through the episode. Asking all the great making statements. Assuming. Oh, can you guys feel the energy right now? I don't know if you guys are feeling as hype as we are, but we're very, very much on it.
Note to self: don't ever give me the big cup of coffee.
Oh yeah, we both just had a coffee that was like that big, and so it's going crazy. It's crazy. So first question for the people to get to know you.
Yes,
obviously, we do a podcast. Yeah. Obviously, we create a podcast. And if we were asked what our favourite one is, I would be foolish not to say my own. So, excluding MM Talks, my brother, what is your favourite podcast?
My favourite podcast is got to be The Secrets to Success.
I knew this was coming.
You know this was coming. You know, I feel my brother E.T. Like, great guy, obviously been around for ages, but for me, it's not just about him. The reason why I like Secret Success podcast is that it's not just him, it's his circle of people.
Yeah.
So you got his friend CJ, his brother CJ, who basically runs the kind of business side of it, gets everything sorted out. Then they got Carl, who Carl is the guy that sorts out everything when it comes to the IT kind of side of it, the technical side of it. And it also brought in Jamal King, who's very money driven when it comes to like the real estate, all that kind of stuff. And it's crazy. Like, I love to see the team. I love to see how they all bounce off each other, how they all come together to make sure this works. And it's amazing. They share great things. And you know what? I always like to see other people's perspectives. So other people, like, we might share motivation, but I like to see how other people motivate people. Like, I might tell you this is the way to go, someone else might tell you the other way to go, and they both can be right, still get you to the same way, but it's nice to see how many different kind of ways you can get to the same actual destination. And I absolutely love that from that podcast.
And there's something really, really important about that, like, multifaceted aspect, where you have somebody who's talking about mindsets, one person talking about money, and these different things bring you in. And also, it's not just one dimensional every time. You have multiple interests to take you in, and that's really, really important. And also, different people bring different energy. So somebody might be a little bit more quiet, a little bit more chill, and that might be perfect for one person to listen to. And then somebody else might be a little bit more energetic, a little bit more hyper, and that might capture somebody else's attention. So I think, that's a really, really important aspect of podcasting. And I'm very happy because we also involve, sometimes bring guests on, especially, Future Canes. Shout out to Future Canes, who brings a different energy to what we're on. So I completely understand that aspect of it. I would say my favourite podcast has changed. So it used to be the Gary V audio experience, right?
And that's pretty cool though. I'm going to say the reason why.
No, jump in.
So with the Gary V experience, it's not even so much the podcast. It's, I like at the end of each podcast, he says, thank you for listening. Please share, like and comment. Forget that bit, but he actually tries to interact with the listeners and say, anything I can do. I'm so glad you listened to it. And that side of the podcast, I absolutely love that he does that.
And I think that's the connection that I find is this man doesn't just try to talk. He's not just out here trying to speak into his ego and share his ego. He's actually trying to impart wisdom and energy and any kind of information he possibly can. And he's doing it for the people. So he's always trying to have a conversation. Even though podcasting is very one way, it's very much us talking to somebody listening. He tries to get the dialogue going, which is really important. And so that's one of the reasons why I really enjoyed it. But I've just found a new podcast which Future Canes told me about a while ago, and I didn't really listen to. It's called No Such Thing as a Fish, which is a weird name for a podcast.
I love when he got this crazy name. I love that.
It captures you straight away, right? I'm like, they're like, oh, what are you listening to? I'm like, No Such Thing as a Fish, and people are like, huh? And then they automatically look it up. So it's a podcast by the writers of QI. Have you ever watched QI?
No, I haven't.
So it's a show, I want to say on BBC Two, but I can't 100% remember.
Forget the channel, just say the show. Maybe don't get it wrong.
But exactly, you're completely right. It's a show where there's lots of very intelligent and interesting facts spoken about for about half an hour. And the writers of that show have created a podcast where they talk about very, very interesting topics. And they just provide information. And I am somebody who hunts for information, who's always trying to learn and grow and push my knowledge further. And they provide some sometimes very obscure knowledge. It's like the podcast I was listening to yesterday, the topic was the most expensive cow in the world. And I was like, that's just weird. It was a weird one. But sometimes they have that, and then other times they have really, really cool facts. And as somebody who likes information but also likes something slightly different, I always go a little bit out there and do something a bit different. So to have that combination was just perfect for me. And it's funny, and I like having a laugh while also learning. So I'd say No Such Thing as a Fish is my favourite podcast currently, outside of MM Talks.
Let's go.
So now into the main part of the podcast, into the main topic. We're talking about purpose today, people. And we want to ask you, first of all, what is your purpose in life? Have a think. Take 10 seconds to really just break down, what do you think your purpose is? Why are you here? Because guess what? We're about to ask ourselves the same thing. So the first part of the podcast today, bro, is what I'm going to ask you is, has there been a moment in your life where you have realised your purpose? Has there been a moment in your life that has started the conversation in your head is, what is my purpose? Or has there been a moment where you're like, this is what I'm supposed to do, this is what I'm supposed to be doing?
There's been a few moments, but I think for me, do you know what it is? It's not a case of a moment of when is my purpose. It's just, it's that moment I got through a tough time. And I get through another tough time. And for me, that showed me I have purpose.
Yep.
Because we all go through a time where we think, oh, like, I can't deal with life. I'm not going to make it through this. But then somehow we push through. And for me, that's given me purpose, saying, all right, so let's go again. How do I get to the next step? What barrier do I need to push through next?
Yeah.
It's almost like when we go to the gym. It's like, you know, you're trying to work up, say, like some people trying to work up to bench 100 kg. It's like, at first but I've only can only do 80. So now I need to try 85. I need to try 90. I need to push through that 95 to then make my way to 100. And it's those barriers we push through ourselves to actually get to a point to say, I have a purpose because I've come so far.
Yeah.
And for me, that gives me purpose because it's the whole reason why I love doing this with you. It's the whole point of that. I think I've made it through so much somehow. That's what I say to myself. Somehow, I'm still sitting there today.
Yep.
And I think about my life and think, damn, that could have gone wrong. That could have gone left. Boy, I could not be here. Or I could be there.
Yep.
And for me, that whole like mindset to me goes, what about the people that struggle to get past that bit?
Yeah.
Or people that don't have a good inner circle and friendships to actually help them get out of that hole, or to stop them from going left and keeping going, and instead of going straight. And for me, it's the whole thing where I'm trying to give that to the people to say, you know what, you can do it.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like anyone on this planet can do whatever they want.
Yep.
It's just about how much do you really want to do it. And for me, so finding my purpose, and the time I can say, when I found many purposes before, it was going from earning a load of money to restarting again. So going on from being on like a 40k salary to living off £250 a month. Like, how's that possible?
Yeah.
But we did it. We get back to a stage now when it's comfortable again.
Yeah.
Got money in my pocket. And it's that whole thing, what do you put in your mind to say, okay, just relax, don't go crazy, don't go do something stupid, just take a minute, take a second, and actually say, okay, let's go. So yeah, so for me, I think that was a big purpose for me, seeing what it was like to be at the top, be comfortable, to not being comfortable anymore and having to start again. So yeah, that's for me, bro.
Bro, that's fascinating. And I really appreciate that, because it's what you're kind of describing is a reciprocal process, where by you existing and hitting your goals, you are reaffirming your purpose every single time.
Exactly.
You actively, by completing what you set out to do, are saying, I'm on the right path.
Yeah.
You're saying, because I'm doing this, because I'm fulfilling what I want to do, I keep growing and I keep moving closer in the direction of where I want to be.
Yeah.
And that's fantastic. I really admire that. I really admire that, because a lot of times you can be knocked wayward, you can be knocked sideways, and it's how do you then realign to your why, and to your
100%.
reason for being. So the fact that you find your accomplishments as your greatest motivator into that is really powerful.
Yeah.
Really powerful.
Also, why I'm pumped for next week. Yes!
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you hear that power?
Sorry for anybody listening in the headphones, because I know that definitely
That
came
was
through.
loud. That was loud. I'm sorry if you listen to the headphones. I'll put a disclaimer, but in my ears. Yeah.
Fantastic energy, bro.
Yeah.
For me, I think the time when I started to realise what my purpose was, for the first part of my life, I was very self-focused. Yeah. And what I mean by that was, I love people. I've loved people my whole life. I've been very out there, right? And I've always cared for people, but I hadn't lived a life in service of others. Yeah. And what I mean by that is in the service of trying to make a better world and a better existence for the people around me and in this world.
Yep.
Until I started working in schools. So before that, I had gone to school, I had worked in a cafe, and this school's job was the first situation in which I was interacting with people with the sole purpose of trying to create better opportunities and skill sets for people who really wanted it and needed it, right? I worked for a charity, and what we did was we went into schools in South London and into pupil referral units in South London.
I remember you doing this.
Yeah. It was a really cool time, and we would take and I've spoken about it a little bit before on the podcast, we would take a group of students provided to us by the school who were at risk, was the term. And at risk meant at risk economically, potentially struggling financially, academically, so potentially having really bad grades, or socially, as in they were considered badly behaved at school. Now, I don't consider badly behaved to be the correct term, because we behave the way that potentially we are framed to behave in, but also there are external factors that really influence how we're behaved. So I don't want to be seen to be pigeonholing anyone. And what we did was we showed these students that one, they are incredible. One, two, they are deserving of love. And three, they are capable of doing whatever they set out to do, like you just spoke about. And what we did, it was a 10-week course where we started off, the initial session is introduction, is this is who we are here for you in whatever space you would like to receive that help, right? And a lot of the time you'd be met with resistance, because if somebody's been told that they're worthless, they're useless, they've been put in a box as badly behaved, as troublemakers, if somebody comes along and says, you're fantastic, you're incredible, and you deserve love and respect, there's a disconnect there. They're like, what do you want me for? What are you trying to use me for something? There's trust issues. And so it's about breaking down that barrier. It's about challenging what they know about them, they seem to know about themselves, and challenging what they think other people know about them. And once you get through that initial stage, crazy growth and change happens.
Yeah, of course.
Because a lot of the times, the students who are called troublemakers are the ones who are the most creative, the most excited about who they are, and the most passionate. But because they're incredibly passionate and creative, they are misunderstood.
Yes.
And when they're misunderstood in a system which is supposed to create understanding, it is challenging. It is challenging for teachers and for the system to deal with that, because school and the curriculum is made to put people in boxes, which is such a shame, because we should let people live creatively and openly in a more fluid way. And so what we would do is we'd interact, we'd introduce ourselves and connect. We would upskill and empower. And then on the last few weeks, we would take them into central London and say, look, you don't just live in Catford, you don't just live in Brixton or Peckham, you also live right next to Trafalgar Square and Oxford Street. You live in one of the most culturally diverse, exciting and innovative cities in the world. Please experience it. Please realise you are a part of this. And also, you can do 10 times better than whatever you currently think you can. This is your world. This is where you live. And a lot of times, you'd hear kids after they get off the train, they'd be like, I don't live here. I see this on the TV. I've never actually been here before. And it's like a 20-minute train journey. And so we would take them from there, and then we'd show them, we'd open up their perspective to show them the centre of the city, and then we would get them to run an event or a performance. And the growth you would see from week 1 to week 10 was incredible. And I felt in that moment, my purpose was to create a better existence and life and experience for anybody who I possibly could. And now I try to do that in a minute way, in a minuscule.
Correction, you do that, but you continue.
Oh, my brother, thank you so much. I try to impart joy and love on every single person I meet. That's why, and I'm not patting my own back, I'm saying this is a process that goes on in my head. When I go into a cafe, I genuinely try to interact.
I was going to say, to cut you off again, you do that. You keep saying you try, but you really do. Like, it's to the point, everyone that knows you, like even Future Canes, they know anytime you go somewhere, you give energy. Like, for instance, we went to get a coffee, right? And one of the staff that worked there comes out, we're sitting outside, and he goes to him, goes, I'm sorry to kill your positivity, bro. Like, because you're always so positive when you come here, but like, we're gonna be packing away every come outside. And he says, and then Jed turned around to him and goes, brother, it's cool, no problem, no worry, man. Thank you. Like absolutely fine. I said, no, bro, seriously, every time you come here, always got positivity, and he loves it. He just said, I wish I could be that positive. And that's it. That's the whole thing you do there. It's like, you have someone that is not always positive, thinking about how can I be that positive.
It's true.
It's great, but please continue,
bro. Thank you so much. I really hope that I'm able to impart that on every single person I interact with. I really do, and I want to do that at a larger scale. So it started off in that spark of me being like, right, I can help change people's lives, even if it's in a minuscule way. I can do it. How do I do it every day? Is a question I ask myself. How do I do that every day? But then also, how can I do that on a big scale? And this is a part of that journey. Motivational Moments and Talks is a part of that. And everybody listening, please understand, you are on that journey with me and with us. We are trying to make change and growth. I'm so passionate about this. I really, really am. I'm getting a little bit choked up about it because I know my purpose. And the fact that started with something as powerful as trying to change the lives of young people who have always been put into a category that they don't like to be in.
Of course.
I want to see this expand and grow. And so that is the first moment when I realised my purpose.
Let's go, bro.
But now it's time for Fabian's 5 minutes of food. It's funny, just before this, guys, we were watching an episode while we were having food. We were watching a show, and it was comparing jollof rice, beef patties, and jerk chicken. And
what was it called? What was that?
I actually can't remember what it was called, but I'll
put it down there.
Put it in there, yeah.
And guys, if I don't put it down there, like, please comment, because I don't know why I keep forgetting. Like, I'll put that one down there because it was actually ridiculous. But continue.
Yeah, and I was just like, you know what? We need to do a Fabian episode of this, of just like tasting and testing all the stuff that you make, because I know you'd be better than the people on there. So Fabian's 5 minutes of food. I got a good, juicy question. It's a two-part question as well. It's a two-part question. Okay. So the first part of the question is, does pineapple go on pizza?
I'm going to say yes.
Ooh.
Straight away, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How come?
Because you put fish on a pizza.
Yeah, sardines go on pizza.
Yeah,
somehow.
so you can't tell me pineapple doesn't go on a pizza.
Yeah.
It's just that simple.
Yeah. I'm with you. And for me, I'm confused. Why did somebody, who had the authority to be like, pineapple doesn't go on pizza?
Yeah.
Like, who said that?
Right.
Like, tomato goes on pizza, and technically, tomato's a fruit. So if tomato can go on pizza, so can pineapple.
Okay, tell me how this makes sense.
Here we go.
Here you go. So people that say pineapple doesn't belong on pizza, are you going to tell me that vegetarian chicken nuggets are not chicken?
What?
Why? How can you call something chicken? Yeah? And then tell me it's not chicken. It don't make sense. Call it vegetarian nuggets. Yeah? You do not call it vegetarian chicken nuggets. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like, that's like saying it's nah, I'm not even gonna say that. Forget that. But yeah, that's gonna be my argument. You see how stupid that sounds? That's how stupid pineapple not being on pizza sounds to me. Thank you very much.
I appreciate that, my bro. Yeah. Okay, next part of the question.
That's right.
I'm gonna need a minute for that one, guys. Okay, so second part of the question. Now that we've decided, we have authoritatively decided that pineapple goes on pizza. No more questions, people, about pineapple on pizza, right? The second question, and this one is a lot more open and something that you can really show off your flavoursome knowledge on.
Hit me with it.
What would then be your favourite combination of pizza toppings? And actually, let's make it broader. Not just pizza toppings, but what is your perfect pizza? I'm talking base, I'm talking crust, I'm talking all of that. Hit me with it, champion.
All right.
I know you're thinking about this one.
So first of all,
before you make this comment, my bro, before you drop this, I need you to know if it sounds flavoursome, which I know it will. I at some point am going to request you to make that for me.
No problem. All right. So first of all, shout out to my calzone brothers.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say a calzone, but calzone is very up there. When you want to have a fresh pizza, calzone is 10/10.
Bro, you're completely right.
Yeah?
You're completely right.
And then number 2, shout out my New York strip people. Because the straight margarita, big slice, New York style, thin crust, the whole lot. Shout out to you lot as well. But to Fabian's number 1 pizza for me. For me, we like the thin base.
Thin? We go on.
Well, not too thin. I like the normal base. Not too deep. Classic base.
Yeah.
But I do like a little see the thing is, there's 2 ways I like it. You can either do the cheesy garlic stuffed crust, which I do like, or you can do the brush of the garlic bar along the crust.
Yeah.
And that's good as well.
Yeah.
So there's 2 of those.
Yeah. See, in that conversation, I think I prefer the garlic brush. Because I think sometimes when it's stuffed,
it's too much.
It's a bit too much, and it takes away from the flavours.
I know that. This is why I give you the option.
We're in the same mind, bro.
I give you the option because I know It's if you want to go all out, you get the stuffed crust. If not, you just want that buttery because you want to, you know, you hear me? That's it.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
to enjoy the crust because it's part of the pizza. Right.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Yeah.
I don't like tomato base. I'm always a barbecue based kind of guy.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're going to go barbecue base.
Okay.
2 different types of cheese.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go mozzarella and cheddar.
Ooh.
Then I'm going to go caramelized onions.
I love me some caramelized onions.
Right. And then we're going to do sliced chicken breast.
Sliced chicken breast.
Yeah, sliced chicken breast.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 more things that I would add. See, now I'd either add chorizo.
Okay.
Or we get rid of chorizo.
Yeah, scrap that real quick.
Yeah, we can scrap that. We can scrap that because we know, you know, stuff for love.
Stuff for a llama, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
we'll keep it just with the caramelized onions, the chicken breast, and then probably just a little bit of basil, bro.
Ooh, basil is underrated, you know.
Yeah.
Basil is so underrated, especially on a pizza.
Yeah.
Especially on a pizza, bro. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Bro, you need to make that next week.
Yeah,
no pressure.
Like, I keep it simple. Like I could, you know why? Because sometimes you know you get the meaty or you get all these things on the pizza, and it just tastes just like I don't know what it tastes like anymore. Like I'm getting so more simpler with like trying to enjoy certain flavors.
Yeah.
Than just saying okay, yeah, I'm stuffing my face.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, another one of my best classics is just straight margarita.
Yeah.
The margarita can be perfectly, when it's done right, it's great.
Yeah.
So 100% in a stone oven as well. Oh, you're killing me, man. You're killing me, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm gonna say straight barbecue base.
Yep.
We're doing butter the crust with the garlic bar.
Yep.
And we're gonna go with straight cheddar mozzarella, sliced chicken breast, and caramelized onions with a little basil sprinkle.
Oh, guys, we're gonna open a pizza restaurant, and that's the only pizza we're gonna offer. That's literally it. It's gonna be called Fabian's. That's the
Fabian special.
It's called the Fabian special. The whole restaurant just gonna be called Fabian's, and and people be like, "Hey, I'm going to Fabian's, man," and we'll be like, "Hey, let's get that pizza, man."
I mean, I did think about opening a restaurant a while back. You know, I was gonna call it cheat meals.
Ooh.
Cheat day. I'll call it cheat day.
Cheat day. I like that,
Yeah.
guys. 2024. Get ready for cheat day. I don't know why I said 2024, but get ready for cheat day. Yep. It's going into the universe.
I'm that Gary Vee thing, you know, like I was gonna make a restaurant where you only go there for your cheat meal because you've been doing so well all weekend, and that's where the one place you know you're gonna go get a cheat meal.
Yes, I love that, bro. I really love that.
Take the idea if you want it. I got loads.
Oh yeah, we just be throwing them out.
Yeah,
there.
throwing them out.
Let's
go.
Okay, now on to the second part of the pod, bro.
Let's go, bro.
So we've spoken about how did we potentially find our purpose and how we feel we are with our purpose. I now want to ask you,
Okay.
do you currently feel like you are fulfilling your purpose? And the next part of that question is, what for you is the next step? If you feel like you're hitting your purpose every single day, what for you is the next step in aiming for it, in going for it, in pushing it to the next level? Because on this podcast, we don't just like to talk about the basic level. You've heard many times Fabian take an idea that I say and take it to the next level, put 10 years on it. So the question is, do you currently feel like you're on your purpose? Do you feel like you're hitting it? And how do you know you're hitting it? And then what do you do to take it to the next level? What's the next step for you in really pushing yourself towards it?
So first answer is yes. Second answer is yes. Third answer is yes. But we're gonna say the reason why is because, for instance, sorry, Ruse, you don't know what's happening next week, but next week is like I've just finished being up the boss.
Yeah.
Like, you know when you're Mario, you've gone through the whole level, and the boss is there like, alright, you killed me last time, but I'm gonna get you this time. Yeah. I feel like I'm about to finish that, and I'm about to open level 2.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
I'm at the mystery door. I've already got the key. It's time to turn open the key and go through to level 2 now.
Yeah.
And the reason I feel like, and how, no reason I feel, how I'm gonna continue to complete these tasks is, one thing I'll say to all the viewers and everyone listening is that once you start to complete your goals, you find that your dreams start to look like reality. Yeah.
It's so true.
That is the biggest drive completely.
Yeah.
Everything you dreamed about starts to seem like a reality. Yeah. Because you start to pave the way for them to become a reality. Yeah. And that's how I feel now. Yeah. For everything we've done for the last 2 years, everything we're doing right now, and the work we're still putting in while we're still working, it's starting to look like reality.
Yeah. And just to cut you off, there in that moment and to let you jump back on in a second, you came to me with an idea 2 years ago. You came to me, you said, Jed, I've got an idea for this.
Yeah.
And I said immediately, I'm in. Now, we have, that thing is a reality.
Yeah.
That thing actually exists now.
Yeah.
So it went from a sentence that you said to me that then became an extra thought in my head, and it went from a thought in yours and my brain to being something, to actually existing.
Yeah.
So literally, a dream has become a reality.
There you go.
Like, it's not just a metaphor, it is an actuality. We had an ideation, we thought about a thing for a very, very long time, and then we put practical steps in the way to turn the idea into something real. So you're completely right, yeah.
Yeah. And like, that's, for me, that's all it is. And it's like I say to you all the time, I like to think about, if I was a millionaire, what was the steps I do to get there and work my way back.
Mm-hmm.
So between me from here to being a millionaire there, I work down the ladder.
Yeah.
Because then you're like, okay, I can't do that yet, I can't do that yet, I can't do that yet, but I can do this.
Yeah.
And then that's how you do that, and then you go up again. So you got to work your way back to find the actual path there.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's that one, bro. Like, that's all I got.
Bro, that was incredible. First of all, that's fantastic. That's genuinely amazing.
Give me that energy, come on, bro.
Oh, bro, I love that so much. I was almost about to swear. I didn't see how happy I was. So,
yes, bro. Your turn, man.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you. Because once again, you blessed me with involving me in your dream, right? You blessed me with coming to me and being like, Jed, I have this idea. Please, like, would you think it exists? Do you think this is something that we can do? And second of all, could you be on that journey with me? And that is the greatest blessing of all time. Do you know what I mean? If it's almost as like you've asked me to be godparent to your child.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it feels in that way, because this is like your baby almost in a way. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. And part of that means that I definitely am fulfilled in my purpose, because I want to help change and create better lives.
Yeah.
And in us working together, we are actively changing and bettering our own lives.
100%.
So that's one thing. But also, in the further we grow, we have the more influence and potential to influence and help and change other people's lives. Mm-hmm. We then are better resourced and skilled and informed to apply what we're learning to other people and to teach it, which is really, really powerful in pushing it forward. Our mentor, Nicola Robertson, our coach, one of the greatest thinkers and leaders that I know. Whenever
my brain was here. When I met Nikki, my brain became this.
Yeah, it's true. It's
true.
true. She changes perspectives in an incredible way.
Very good.
Whenever, and because she changes and she helped grow me so much, I always go back to her. I'm like, Nikki, how can I give that back? How can I help you in any way? And she says, don't help me. She says, pay it forward. Yeah. She says, it doesn't matter what you give back to me. I don't care about that. What I care is that you take what I've learned, you grow it, and then push it to the next person. Yeah. And with what we're doing, that's exactly what's happening. Is we are learning the skills that we've been provided with from other people, from mentorship and from our own experience, and we're taking that on. You actively are changing your cousin's life. You're actively changing the lives of people around you because you care deeper than just doing it for yourself. Yeah. And I feel like I'm doing the same thing. So my purpose is definitely right now being fulfilled because I am growing, and with my growth, I'm trying to help other people grow. That's it, bro. That's what we're gonna do. Like this, like. People don't see it now, and it's what we said. You see it too late, and it's like you see it too late, but these people around us saw it, and that's why they've made those changes. Yeah, it's true. Let's see. Now, how do I take it to the next level? That's a question that I want to ask myself every single day, and I know I don't do enough right now. I'm very much currently caught up in the moment, and it's very, very easy to be caught in the moment. It's incredibly seductive, the process of getting lost in now, in existing in now. And there's nothing wrong with living in now. As mindful people, as people who want to experience life, we should definitely live in now. But if you're not planning ahead or forward, then you cannot be prepared for what's coming. Well, that's the whole thing, and getting excited about the idea and not making the idea into something. Exactly that. So one thing I definitely need to do to push this purpose and what I want to do forward is to think with a futuristic mindset, to be a futurist. And think, okay, if this is what I'm doing right now, what does this look like in 5 years? What does this look like in 10 years? And how do I create a structure? And like you've just said, how do I work back from 10 years to the steps that make me in 10 years.
Yeah.
And I completely agree with that process. Another thing that I need to do to reach my future purpose and to take my purpose to the next level is to diversify my skill set.
Yeah.
So, you know, when we talk about investing, and sometimes we do episodes on money and things like that, we talk about diversifying whether it's your cryptocurrencies or diversifying what you're investing in. It's, you know, first of all, it's a safe option, but it's a way to potentially push yourself for bigger gains in investing, right?
Exactly.
The same thing is true with skills and information. If you diversify the subjects that you completely understand, if you diversify the skill sets that you have, you can become so much more influential and powerful in situations to grow yourself and to become better. So I completely agree with that. So to take myself to the next level, it's all about diversifying, future planning, and continuing to know why I have this purpose.
Let's go.
To continue to ask myself why.
Yeah.
Now, final question of the day.
Final question.
Are you ready?
Viewers, are you still listening?
Are you still listening?
Are you still there?
Oh my God.
I don't know.
We got to find out.
Like and subscribe if you're still there.
Please do. So, final question of the day. And this one was provided by Future Canes as we were going for our weekly coffee.
Future Canes!
Canes! It is, and thank you so much, Future Canes, for this. Which one myth about motivation would you like to disprove or dispel today? And I already know you got a juicy one for this. I already know.
Alright, so what he means is, which piece of motivation out in the world would I like to put in the bin? Now, for all you people on social media, you know, you go onto your DMs on Insta, or you go into like your Facebook, you get them as well, or you get them random calls.
Yep.
You know that one where it goes, you got 2 requests, and in one of those requests, you got someone saying, give me $200 or £200 and I'm going to make you £500 a day. With no facts, people.
No facts.
It's too good to be true. If it seems too good to be true, it's normally too good to be true.
Yep.
Like, do your research.
Yep.
No matter what people offer you, do your research on the company, the person.
Yep.
It doesn't matter how real it looks. Does not mean it's real.
Yep.
Because put it this way, this is what I say to myself, right? If someone's coming to you saying, I can make you £500 a day, show me 100 people that you've made £500 a day.
Yeah, that's completely fair.
If there were so many people making that much a day, then life would be a lot
You'd
different.
be famous.
Yeah.
If that person was doing that, they would be famous.
My boss gave me a great fact the other day, today actually. He said to me, I think in America, they said 50 people have more wealth than the whole of the United States.
Yeah, something like that's probably true. Yeah.
And he said, how's that possible?
Yeah.
Like, how is that actually physically possible? And that's why when you see these things that is too good to be true, you got to kick it out of the park and stay focused and continue to go on your path, because those things can knock you for 6 and then you think you've done something wrong.
Yeah.
So don't make those mistakes.
Yeah.
Don't listen to those people that say they're going to make you that much money without actually showing you the process.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And actually jumping on top of that, today we posted a picture, you know, the thumbnail for the podcast that we just dropped, that we recorded last week, right?
Yeah.
And immediately, within 5 seconds of that post, somebody commented under the picture, get in touch with Emperor Records to boost your podcast, to get a bigger reach on your podcast. So we looked at Emperor Records, we went onto their Instagram, and we looked it up, and I DM'd them. I was like, yeah, if we can get some, they had 1.1 million followers. So if we can get some kind of growth out of that, that's fantastic. Of course, that's a good business. That's a good business to get us reach, and we're always going to be interested in that and ask questions to get us a bigger reach, right? And so we messaged them and I said, okay, what's the process? And they just sent back a script pretty much saying, this is how we boost the business. We're going to post it. And if you pay us this much, you get a story. If you pay us this much, you get a post. If you pay us this much, you get a highlight on our bio, right? And so I was like, okay, this is interesting. And I went on their post and they had like 55,000 views on their last post. And I was like, that looks incredible. If we can get 55,000 views, like on our post on Instagram, that potentially, even if that's 1%, that's more people than we currently have.
Of course, yeah.
So we can push that and start to build our business, right? And then we went to look at the likes.
And then?
Yeah. So the last video had 55,000 views and like 79 likes. So there's less than a 1% engagement. Second of all, they had 0 comments. So there was zero engagement. So from these views, nothing had happened. And we asked that question to ourselves. So if there's all these views, why are they not in changing to engagement? And so guys, if you ever get something like that, of course, if you want to push it, look into it. But definitely challenge it and get all the relevant information. Because you could be really hyped, like, I just paid £20 to get this thing, and then nothing comes out of it, right? There's nothing wrong with trying to invest and double down on you, but do it from an informed platform every time.
100%. 100%.
Yes.
So stay away from the scams, man.
Stay away from the scams.
Stay from the scams.
Now for me, bro.
For you, bro.
For me.
What you throwing in the bin?
Oh my God. So there's something that I really, really like to challenge, and something that, and a notion that is all too often spread around, and it's spread around by everyone. Sometimes even myself, if I'm not on tip-top form, right? And it's, you set yourself a task, and then you ask yourself, are you going to do it? And you say, oh, I don't have the motivation to do it.
Yeah.
And this is a fallacy. It is a falsehood that you need motivation to do something, right? People think the cycle goes motivation, production, motivation, action, motivation, doing. When actually, the cycle of motivation is kick-started by action. Action replicates itself. Action pushes motivation to action, and that's how the cycle starts. The car starts when you start the car. Exactly. Not by you thinking about starting the car, if that makes sense. You have to do the thing to get the energy to push it further, right? And it's something I've spoken about before, is this cycle of motivation doesn't begin with the thought of wanting to do it. It begins with the doing it.
100%.
And I really, really want to push that. If you want the motivation to run a marathon, take a step. If you want the motivation to learn how to drive, get a lesson. If you want the motivation to learn how to knit, buy the resources and just literally thread the needle, because the minute action of taking a minuscule step forward pushes momentum, it pushes the will, and it lets you realize that you have the resources and the skill set to do it. So
take action.
Take action. Action equals motivation. Turn the tap, like Future King said a couple episodes ago, turn the tap. Just get a little drip going, and believe me, before long, it will be flooding.
100%. That's what we do.
Yes,
exactly. Make it flow. Take the action. Do not wait to make it happen.
Ooh, that was a great way to finish, I think.
And on that note,
I've been Fabian.
I've been Jed.
And we
are out.
Boo!